Hey everyone, today I'm going to be working on traditional farmhouse fall decor, and these decor pieces turned out so wonderful. Let's go ahead and get started with our fall fox den. Now for this design you're going to need two of those little foxes from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to use one of these little wooden houses and repurpose that. Now I'm going to pull out that scrapbooking paper that you've seen me do a haul on in previous videos, and I just picked out one that I really liked. I love the falling leaves and the colors, how they blended with the fox. Just going to use some simple school glue to glue that right down, and then I'm going to take that truffle chalk paint, water that down a little bit, and then just make a thin stain to go over top of my wood crate box. And that kind of blended and matched with the house that I had already stained from a previous DIY. But I love how simple this little design was. And then I decided just to take some of that moss and just glue along the bottom there, because we're wanting to make this look like a little fox den. And then I'm just gonna attach one of the little fox up top there, and I'm gonna leave the other one freestanding. But we're going to take some of that raffia. I'm just going to tie up a bunch of it, and then I just kind of fray it out on the ends. That way I can just kind of lay it into the bottom of the crate box. Now for my design, I'm just going to add a few of these little natural acorns, but you could also add some berries or some pine cones to this design. But it was so simple and adorable, and I love how it turned out. Now I'm going to just take a few of these little beads I purchased at Michael's that kind of look like little pumpkins, and add a little stem and some twine, and call this one done. And isn't it adorable? Now our next DIY is going to be fall shelf decor, and this one was a thrift store find, and I'm just going to repurpose this. I think this little picture frame actually come from TJ Maxx, but I'm going to take everything off of there, leave the blue, and just add some more of that truffle paint to here, and then that way it kind of gives a nice undercoating when I dry brush the white on there. And I love how it just looked like old aged wood when I got done. Actually, I'm using ivory paint, sorry about that. But love the design, love how it turned out, and it just made a really, really fun and simple decor piece. But what I end up doing is taking another one of those little Dollar Tree wood pumpkins, and I'm just going to paint it with some of the ivory paint and do a few layers to brighten it up, because I want it to kind of blend with everything else. And then I'm just add some of those little stickers from Dollar Tree and some of this greenery vine. I'll leave a link below. I'm going to add back that little bow that came on the pumpkin and some of the pit berries. And then I'm going to glue this gather rock. I thought that was a really neat thing now that Dollar Tree is carrying. And a few of those little tiny hay bells. And I thought it made just the sweetest little design. And I finished it off with one of these green leaves, and that was a moss green, and drug a little white paint through that, and it made just a simple little fun decor piece. Now for the next DIY, we're going to do pumpkin shelf decor pieces. I'm going to take those other two wood pumpkins I had from Dollar Tree, use some more of that scrapbooking paper, and I really like this light wood tone. And I'm just going to go ahead and do that on the back. I actually sanded off that glitter just in case I wanted to turn them around and use them the way they came. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to paint these with some of that French linen chalk paint, and I just love that color. It's a nice warm neutral color tone. And then I'm going to be adding some greenery vine. I'll leave a link to that in the description below. And then I'll add a little pit berry for accent at the top, and then I'm gonna save that bow that actually came on the pumpkins, and we're gonna place that down at the bottom. But I'm gonna take those little mini hay bells and glue them to the bottom of these pumpkins, and they just made the cutest little decor piece. You'll have to let me know what you think of this DIY in the comments below. Well everyone, I hope you're enjoying today's DIYs. Like I said, let me know which one of these are your favorite. Now I'm going to add a few more of my little acorns to these, and I'm going to call this one done. Now on our next DIY, we're going to be doing fall candlesticks. I absolutely love how these turned out. I'm going to take that super glue and I purchased these candlesticks at the Restore. Found the little glass bowls at our local Goodwill and just added one of those little white candles from Dollar Tree. Took some of that new beautiful green raffia that they have now at Dollar Tree and added some more of my same color pit berries, because I'm trying to keep the theme of these colors, because these are going to be on my 2 shelves in the dining room. But I love how this design turned out, and I hope you do also. Now I am doing the traditional theme in my dining room, but I'm going to try to do different themes throughout my small little cozy home. And I think I'm going to keep more of maybe the neutral color tones in my kitchen, and I might do just a little hint of a farmhouse and maybe a little shabby chic in there. And not quite sure yet what decor style I'm going to be doing in the living room. Well, everyone, these little candlesticks are about done, and didn't they turn out beautiful? Now for the next DIY, I'm going to be doing a fall pumpkin decor piece. This design was so simple, so quick, and so fun. Took those little pumpkins from Dollar Tree, kept the cream the same color, painted the orange with some of that moss green, added one of those little leaf vine garlands around there, and just filled this full of pumpkins and the pit berry that I've been using. And it just made a beautiful little accent to set on the shelves. Well, everyone that has been participating in the community poll, I am definitely keeping an eye on that, and I'm going to try to start working on some of the videos of the ones that everybody has selected that is their favorite decor style. Isn't this so cute? I just love how this turned out. They had 2 of these at the Restore. I should have got them both. I probably would have used them, but you know how that is when you're out and you're trying to just grab a little bit of everything. But if I go back and it's still there, I might have to get the other one. I'm going to add a little rope bow to this one, and it's done. Now for the next DIY, I'm going to be doing another fall pumpkin decor piece for the shelf. I had used these palettes in a previous DIY and put them together when I was doing something for my birdhouses. But I took these pumpkins that I purchased at Dollar Tree and just did a layer of the white chalk paint, so the other paint would adhere. And I'm going to use that same moss green on here. And then I just mixed up this random blue color. And I wished I could tell you what that blue was, but I have no idea because I mixed way too many colors in there. But any blue would be pretty, or any color you would like to do these. And then I did this one in a yellow. And then here's this crazy blue that is actually a really pretty color. And I'm just going to paint my stems a little bit, and now I'm going to take some of the white chalk paint and just dry brush that on here, because I just wanted to kind of have a really aged look and have some of the undertone colors just showing through. And you'll see here in a moment at the end when I get working on the last DIY, I think it's the last one, next to the last, I wanted these pumpkins to blend with a picture that I was using as a background on a wreath that I'm making. But I really love how these turned out, and I'm going to take some of that moss and do another real simple design and just set the pumpkins on there and then place it on my shelf. Now for the next DIY, we have the fall wreath. And this is one of the calendars that I had from Dollar Tree, and this is one of their larger canvases. And I was able to make this fit perfectly by adding some of the burlap ribbon from Dollar Tree along the sides of it. And this was a new one for me, using the canvas board to go in behind the wreath with the picture on it, and love how it turned out. It made a really fun and simple design, and I ended up just taking, it was a hole puncher I think that I had gotten for a gift, and it worked great just to punch holes. I'll be using that one more often. I'll leave a link to that tool in the description below also. But you can see once you just put that on there with a little bit of that school glue, you can take some more ribbon like I did and just glue around the edges to kind of frame out that picture. And then that way I can just place it in behind the wreath. Now, my grapevine wreath, I think I actually purchased that one at Michael's. Like I said, I'll leave a link in the description below where I purchased all the items and where I found all the items. Now you can see I just put those zip ties in there, which I love using the zip ties to put things together. Now here's another one of those bows, and I did hear your request about doing a bow video, and I will be working on that in the near future. But I love how this design turned out also, and you'll have to let me know once again what you think in the comments below. Well, everyone, I hope that you have enjoyed today's DIYs, and if so, leave me a comment, and don't forget to check out that community poll, because that's really going to help me decide what I want to do as far as the future DIYs and the different kinds of things to make that you want to see. And if you have any other questions, leave those in the comments below. And I am so thankful for each and every one of you, and thank you to all the new subscribers, and thank you to everyone that has been subscribed to my channel. I am so thankful to have all of you as part of my YouTube family and to be with me on this journey. And I love to create, and I love to be able to share it with you. Let's go ahead and finish this design off with tying our bow onto our wreath, and then I'm just gonna twist my streamers at the bottom there and give them a little curve so I can place them where I want them to be on the wreath. And then I'm gonna take some of the leaves that I had purchased at Dollar Tree and some of the little cotton stems, and I'm just gonna add those throughout the wreath, and I'm not going to glue them down because I do like to take things apart, of course, and make other things out of it. But I really wanted this one to have a lot of the traditional fall colors. And once everything got on the shelf, it just all blended so well, and I was really, really happy that I chose to do a traditional color theme in my dining room area. But everyone, once again, I hope you're still here with me, and I hope you have enjoyed this video today. And don't forget to check out that community post and let me know which decor style is your favorite. And if you don't see your decor style listed in the poll, just leave it in the comments below on this video. Isn't this wreath just turning out so pretty? And I just love the traditional colors. Now I am going to be, like I said, doing the different styles in different rooms, which I thought that would be really fun this year. That way I can show you several different styles that you like to see. Now I'm just going to add in a few of those cotton stem picks here, and then that will pretty well finish this design off. But I love how it turned out. I love how it is the traditional fall colors, and I think it's going to look just beautiful on my shelf with all the other decor. Now for the last DIY, I'm just going to do some of the book decor. And I'm just going to keep it simple, paint these white, add a little bit of the wax to the top of them before I add some of the truffle paint, just to kind of age them up a little bit. And then I'm going to use some of the burlap ribbon and just wrap that around one side, and then I'm just going to finish the decor part off with some pumpkins and berries and a little bit of that greenery, and I'll leave that greenery also in the link below. And it just made a really simple design, and I thought I gotta have a set of books on my shelf. It just felt like it finished it off. And I did use my Cricut, and I just made a cute little sign that said, "I'm a fall kind of gal," and that is so true about me. I live for fall to get here. Well, everyone, I hope you have enjoyed all of the DIYs today, and like I said, let me know which one of these are your favorite, if you had a favorite, and definitely check out that community poll and let me know what else you would like to see. I'll see you on the next one. Have a great week.